my cluttered garage. I'm really glad you're here. A place where we can laugh and talk and days are filled with cheer. The clouds of Sunday come and go, but one thing's always clear. Welcome back, my friend. You know I'm really glad you're here. Yeah!
Hey, welcome back, my friends, on this rainy day in August. It's August 18th, 2025. I was looking for the little screen there. Live stream number 209, August 18th, 2025. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. And it is dreary. This whole day has been gray and overcast, but it's been cool. Yesterday was like, I don't know, it felt like 100 degrees outside. And today I'm out with a long sleeve shirt on because I was out working in the woods, and it felt pretty darn good. So the rain really held off until later, and then it's just kind of drizzling a bit. So it's actually a pretty nice day. But welcome to everyone tonight. And if you're new to the live stream, know that we talk about the channel. What's the channel talk about? Well, it talks about compact tractors and attachments and projects that I do around the property here. Facebook Marketplace finds. We'll talk about that some tonight. So we talk about everything that goes on here. If it is your first time here, because we've had several new subscribers, about 500 per month are jumping on board here. So if you're one of those and you've not yet seen one of these live streams, please say hi in the live chat, and you'll find that this is a very welcoming group of people. So we would like to welcome you this evening. And let me know how you found the channel. Was it YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram? Because I'm everywhere. And we do this every Monday night, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, although I don't know about next week. Oh, look, I'm monitoring the live stream. It's a little delay from my phone there. Good thing the audio is not on. Anyway, I have to say, I don't know about next week. I think I'll be here. I think I'll be here next week. Next Monday, the 25th, is setup day for the Delaware Valley Bluegrass Festival, which I've been promoting that, trying to invite you if you're on the East Coast or if you want to travel east to a fun bluegrass festival. Whether you like the music or not, it's a fun festival. And what's the best part is, in my view, if you buy the weekend ticket, it includes free camping on site. Now, it's dry camping. There's no hookups or anything, but you can come with your tent, you can come with your camper, and you can stay at the fairgrounds the whole weekend. And that is the most fun part, because after most of the people have left, after the last performance of the day, then you're in the fairgrounds and people are kind of jamming at their campers or campsites, and you just kind of walk around, or I bring the golf cart and I can tool around. It's a fun time. So I just like going for that. Anyway, next Monday is setup day. I'll be out there helping erect the safety fences, and we're putting posts all around and putting signage up and getting the stage all set. So that's setup day. I think I'll be done and back here in time, but just know I gotta kind of play it by ear. That's a little musical pun there. Not really a pun, but anyway, got to play it by ear next Monday. And then the following Monday, which will be what's it called? Labor Day, right? So I think we probably will not have a Labor Day show. I don't think so. Anyway, I just got a message that the audio is really low. Are you hearing that low? Is it low for you? Let's take a little poll here, and then I'll see if I can adjust it if I have to. I better not touch anything. Anyway, let me know if it's just that one message. Yep. Okay. Well, it seems that it's okay for folks. So I'll leave it at that. A bit low, says William. Okay. I don't think there's anything, I don't know what controls I have for that. But if I go to settings, let's do this together. Let's see. If I go to audio and if I go to, there we go. How about if I move it up to 120%? What's that do? Did that get louder? This is so unprofessional, right? You tell me. Again, it's interactive. I changed it from automatic level to manual, and then I slid the little slider up to 120%. I could go higher, but okay, you're saying it's the same. Most of you are saying it's okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that because I don't want to make it worse in any way, but let me know. Let me know. Anyway, welcome to everybody here. I see some new members, not members, but just viewers, I guess. Bill, thanks for being here, saying that he really enjoys the videos, has an old Yanmar 336. Well, that is cool. I don't even know what that is, but I mean, I know it's a tractor, Yanmar, but I don't know what a 336 is. Anyway, thanks for being here, Bill. I appreciate it. And I see, yeah, there's Dale, Jalen Outdoors, of course, Hunter, Ford 4600, David from RCAF Polar Express, our buddy John Ritter, the guy with the turbocharged BX tractor. Good to see you, John. And Devil Dog, I'm just scrolling back here. Dale, there's Wade. How's the sound, Wade? Did you turn your volume up? All right. Well, anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about here. And that was, well, the show here. And I do want to mention, if you're new to the live stream, if you have a question, you can post it in the live stream with this format, the word question, followed by the question, and then we'll try and answer your question, whether it be me or someone in the comments. And then before we wrap up today, we'll be doing the famous sticker giveaway. I think I read that infamous is not a good word. I think we talked about this once before. Infamous, I think, is famous for being bad. So I think you don't want to be infamous. I don't think we want an infamous sticker giveaway. Am I right about that? Where's my well-read viewer, Chris? The poet who knows all about the English language. So, Kent from Hope Construction, good to see you tonight. Look, you can rest here. I'll be quiet and you can just rest. Okay, everybody, welcome, Hope. I'm welcome, Kent. Good to see you back. I think that means that all went well on Thursday, right? It was Thursday? Yeah. Anyway, glad to see you. Listen, Wade, don't push me. Remember, well, some of you guys are too young, but remember the Bill Bixby as the Incredible Hulk? I always think about that when he's like, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. That was the best. Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno as the Incredible Hulk. Good show. Thank you, Margaret. Infamous is not a good word. I will not use that. Infamous. All right. Hope. One more surgery tomorrow. The big one. Oh, I thought that was Thursday. Okay. Well, gosh. Again, I know last week, we were lifting up prayers and good thoughts for Kent from Hope Construction. So tomorrow's the big day. So thanks for being here with us on the evening before your big day, Kent. But anyway, please know that you've got lots and lots of people here who will be thinking of you tomorrow. So good luck with everything for sure. For sure. All right. So anyway, what do you want to talk about? Here's what I want to talk about. I'll start since I've got the mic here. Today, I was out. I spent the morning out in the forest on the Baumolite TRL 630D stand-on mini skid steer with the M530. What is it? I forget, MS 530M mini mulching head, and I was recording, but I I hit a big part of the forest today, um, mulching Japanese barberry, and it's highly invasive. You'll see the video. I don't know about tomorrow, but I'll edit it. I might edit it tonight or tomorrow morning. But anyway, you'll see the video, and I mean, I cleared a big area of the forest, and this stuff grows so dense. There is no way to get through it, to walk through it or anything. So it's like we just acquired more acreage, because you go back there and it's like, oh my gosh, this didn't even exist before. So I'm working my way to the back corner of the property, which would be the southeast corner, I think. That's south, that's north. Could be the southwest. I know that's, anyway, I'm directionally impaired. I just want you to know that. I know when I'm standing on the property, now that I have the solar panels, and the solar panels are facing due south, so I know exactly where south is on the property because the panels are facing south. So if I stand with my back to the panels, then I know that the panels are facing south, which means my back is facing north. So what's to my right? If I'm facing south, to my right would be west. To my left would be east. Must be the southwest part of the property. At any rate, I cleared a big area back there. Very exciting. A couple things happened today. First of all, there's one part where I was running the Bombylite, and this little, like, 3-inch round dead tree, I bumped it with the Bombylite. The tree fell over. It landed on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera and knocked it over. It did not hurt it, so that's good news there. The camera is okay. What it did hurt is the little battery extension. It has little ears here that clip onto the camera. I'll show you how it works here. That clips on, and that gives you not only more of a handle and a tripod mount, but this also has a battery in it, so it gives you extended runtime, and it's pretty nice. But one of the little clips busted, so now it doesn't lock in place. Now I'm already thinking I'll take some black electrician's tape and wrap it around here, and I think that'll work just fine. But here's what I want to talk about. That was issue number one. I went on the DJI website because I've gotten my drone repaired in the past, and I thought, well, maybe I can get the battery. Maybe they have a replacement or repair program. And then it noticed when I logged in, it said, you have DJI Refresh. It's a DJI Care extended warranty. I was smart, knowing that these cameras are delicate and I'm going to be out in the woods with them, working outside. I bought the warranty. So I bought this camera a little over a year ago, and I must have bought the 2-year warranty with it. And with DJI Care, what that means is you can send back what you bought if it's damaged, and they will fix it or replace it, either at low cost or there might be a $50 fee. I don't remember how that one's set up. I don't know that it includes the battery. I think it would. And I was thinking maybe I'll just send the whole thing back, even though the camera's okay, and let them replace it. You know, that's what we paid for. And I did that with the Osmo Action 3. I bought that camera, which is a lot like the Action 5, but I had the Action 3, and that had a focus issue, and it was a known issue where the focus was not right. It was up, like, it couldn't focus on things close. So instead of sending it in to get it looked at under warranty, they said just send it back under your DJI program and replace it. That used up my credit, But I just did that. After having it for 6 months or so, I just sent it back, and they sent me a new one. So I'm thinking about, should I do that with this camera and this battery? Just send the whole thing back. I mean, this has been dropped several times. One time I had sand in the little gimbal, but it worked out. I blew it out, and it's fine. It works just fine. But still, it's been hit a few times. But there's something weird about DJI. And I've always been kind of a DJI fanboy, with the drones and these action cameras. You look at the DJI website, and so many things are out of stock, which is odd because I always bought directly from DJI too. Instead of buying from Amazon or Best Buy or any other place, I'd buy directly through DJI. Looking at their website tonight, a lot of things are out of stock. And when I clicked on the DJI Care refresh, it said, please note that there's limited supply of products. What did they blame it on? It wasn't tariffs, but it was something they blamed it on. Anyway, they just said due to something, supply is limited. And maybe it is tariffs. Maybe they're waiting to import. They don't want to import a big literal boatload of thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment. So maybe they're holding off. I don't know. There's probably a big barge out there full of DJI equipment just waiting to be imported. But I don't know. I'm making that up. I'm just surmising what that could be. At any rate, there's limited stock, and I'm kind of afraid to send this back, because what if I send it back and they don't have a replacement? And I'm without this for who knows how long. I mean, I have other cameras I could use, but I'm just not sure whether I should do that or not. And the other thing is that in America, there is a bill before Congress that is supposed to outlaw the sales of DJI drones in America because of security reasons. I haven't heard that go away. So I'm wondering, is DJI kind of slipping out of? I mean, I can't imagine, because they have a big market on these action cameras and stuff too. But the drones are another story, because the drones, I guess, can or do collect information, and since it's a Chinese-owned company, the Chinese government can require that company to give them information. Not that they are doing that, but the fact that they're under the Chinese government, that it can be requested. And there's a lot of, I guess, sensitive information that could be collected by these drones, the flight patterns and all this stuff. I don't know. But, I mean, the national security suggested do away with the sales, and that's what's happening. But I guess it's like the TikTok thing too. Like TikTok is the same thing, where TikTok has to hand over their information to the Chinese government if it's requested, but we still have TikTok. So I don't know. I should read some comments, shouldn't I? Because I'm just rambling here. I'll go through these questions here in just a moment. The other thing that happened today is, after I finished recording, I was heading back to the house because I thought, all right, I'm done. But that Bomalite with the brush mulcher is so addictive, I got distracted and I saw some more briars and brush and thought, well, let me just hit that. And I thought, let me try to get to the far corner of the property. So I thought, I'm not recording anything, but I just want to do some more work. So I'm working, and I had the one camera, because I have these magnet mounts, so I had it stuck to the Bomalite right in front of me. Well, I'm at the back of the property. I turned around and I noticed that the Action 5 was not on the Bomalite anymore. And I thought, oh boy, like it got knocked off by a tree, because you're going under all this brush. And worst case, I thought, what if I mulched it? What if it fell off and I backed up and I ran over it? Anyway, so I spent about 20 minutes retracing my steps. I knew where I had started because I had been done recording for the day, so I stuck it on the machine. So I walked that trail back, and luckily I found it off to the side where it had been knocked off and unscathed. So that was my other thing that happened today. 'Twas a busy day. 'Twas a busy day. 'Twas a busy day. All right, so let's look at some comments, and then we'll get caught up here. Who's your handyman? Question, because we were talking about my latest marketplace find, which was the 2002 Honda Rancher ES 350 four-wheeler. Do you call it a four-wheeler or do you call it a quad? I've always called them four-wheelers. Some people call them quads. Any plans on installing a Reese hitch on the new marketplace purchase? I don't think so. I mean, it has a little hitch on the back, just a ring, so you could put a trailer ball on it or a clevis receiver thing or whatever. I don't know. But I've seen the bolt-on Reese hitch type receivers, and they use the same pattern. So that would be kind of nice because I do have I have a multi-function hitch on the mule, which has a 2-inch ball. It has a rod that you could wrap a strap around, and it has a little tongue that you could drop a pin in for a little trailer. So I like how universal that is. It's something to hook to if you get stuck. And if I did that, if I put the Reese hitch type thing on there, I could slide that in. So, but not a big plan right now to do anything with that. But that find was a good find on Marketplace. You saw I made 2 videos in 2 days on that. I made the video. Okay, balloons. Maybe I need to turn that off. What is that? What's that? Huh? I brought the four-wheeler home on a Friday, and I think I put a video out on Saturday. That quickly, because I had brought it home and I did some work on it that day or the next. I don't know when it was. Anyway, put a video out on Saturday of some of the work of just getting it going. The brakes were locked up, and a lot of you watched that video, so I appreciate that. Brakes were locked up. The steering was tight. It had these terrible squeaks, and it had been sitting for so long. So I did that work, released the video on Saturday, and then on Saturday when I went out to do some more work, I found that the squeak had disappeared and the brakes were working well. So I thought, let me do an update, a little walk around with this thing. So I released another video on Sunday. So that's basically what I did, and it's a good four-wheeler. It really is. Yep, I really I think I got a good deal on that thing. Of course, I was telling a friend of mine the other day that I don't have buyer's remorse. Remember last week? Wasn't it just last week I was saying I feel guilty about buying things? And it's funny, I didn't even know I was going to buy this when we talked last week. But I was saying how I just feel guilty buying things. So I was telling a friend of mine yesterday that I don't have buyer's remorse, and Ann hates this. When I buy something, I'll keep looking to see if I got a good deal. And of course, I'll be sad when I find like, oh, I could have got it cheaper, if I had done this or whatever. But I continue to shop. I'm still on Marketplace every day, and one of my top searches is the Ford Ranger. So I still have Ford Rangers popping up in my Marketplace search, and I always look at them like, did I get a good deal? I'm comparing the Ranger that we bought to ones that are out there. And the good thing is I did get a decent deal. I didn't get the best deal on the Ranger, I have to say, because of that stupid air conditioning that ended up costing us over $1,200 to get repaired. And that hurt because we paid $3,200, I think, for the Ranger. Not that it isn't worth it, but that air conditioning, I knew better. If a vehicle does not have working air conditioning when you buy it, that could be $1,000 repair right off the bat. And I took a chance and ended up costing quite a bit of money. So I think when buying a vehicle, if air conditioning is important, I think it should work. I see all these ads for Rangers that are for sale, and they also say, not all of them, but a lot of them say ice cold air. Like, all right, well, that's a bonus. That's pretty valuable. So in that case, I don't have buyer's remorse because it's a good little truck. It's clean, it's rust free, uh, runs great, but that stung having to pay that bill for the air conditioning. But it works great now. And again, it's 23 years old, just like the four wheeler. Um, and now I'm still looking at four wheelers. I found one today that is the exact model as the one that I bought, that exact year, make, and model, which is again the 2002 Honda Rancher ES 350. I found one on Marketplace today, exactly the same, except that one has four-wheel drive. Mine does not. As you know, I paid $1,600 for mine. This one is listed for almost $2,000 more than what I paid. I think it's $3,500 they're asking for it. Same exact four-wheeler, only it has four-wheel drive. I don't think it's worth $2,000 more for that, but so I keep searching. And what do you call that? It's not, again, it's not buyer's remorse. But that's what I did. Brian has a quick question. Who did the intro for the channel, the song? That was done on Fiverr. You can go to fiverr.com, Fivr. There's no E in Fiverr for this website. And that's a list of artists who will make logos for you and different things like that. And years ago, I went on there and I found a guy and I wrote the lyrics to that intro song and I sent it, and it was like $50 to pay the guy to compose that, which I guess he used some kind of computer. It was probably before AI was even a thing, but now you probably could just do it through AI. Anyway, I did write the lyrics to that. So it is not, even if it was computer generated, it's computer generated from my lyrics. So, all right. Let's scroll through and see what comments I may have missed. Everybody's saying hello. Okay. Yeah. So that was kind of my day, and it was pretty busy for sure. David R. has a question here, and it looks like a lot of you have started to answer the question, but David R. is asking, does anyone know if there's such thing as a self-tapping grease nipples, or grease zerk, I guess? I messed up the threads on one trying to put a new one in my Kubota, trying to figure out a fix. Yep. I don't know the answer to that, and I haven't looked at the questions, but I would say, why not buy a tap, find out what the thread count is, buy a tap, and just run the tap through the hole and clean those threads up. I think that is what I would do if I were you. I'm going to look and see. Oh, yeah, there you go. David W. says drill and tap the next bigger size. Kubota's an odd thread anyway. Yeah, okay, you can get different ones, I suppose. Yep. I don't know what the threads are for a tap. Probably like 1/4 or something like that, or don't know. The grease zerk, invented by a gentleman named Zerk. We've been using it for like 100 years. It's neat when somebody invents something and it sticks for so long. Like, there hasn't been an improvement, I guess, for years. Linda's asking if anybody has a 4xe Jeep. I don't even know what that is, and I'm a Jeep person. What's a 4xe Jeep? What is that? What's that all about? All right. That's a good comment, Kent. about the four-wheeler, because I had said in the video, like, I really don't see a need for four-wheel drive on the four-wheeler. It'd be nice, but it's not, it goes through a lot anyway. And Kent says that he was told a four-wheeler will take you 95% of the places you want to go. A four-wheel drive will take you 97% of the places you want to go. And the other 3%, you shouldn't be there anyway. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, because this thing, I was doing the hill climb with it, climbing over logs. Again, with four-wheel drive on a four-wheeler, it would be nice to creep up to a log, and then I think you could kind of climb over it because you'd have the front wheels pulling, the back wheels pushing, and you could climb over it. With a two-wheel drive, you can still kind of hop that log, but the trick is you got to either get a running start, or what I usually do is right before you get to the log, you hit the gas and you're sort of like take the weight off the front end. You're almost popping a wheelie, and you get the front end over and it hops over, and then the back goes over. And we again had four wheelers in the past for years, and that's kind of how we did it then too, and that's how I do it now. Oh, it's an electric Jeep. It's electric. Is it a Wrangler? Is it a 4xe Jeep a Wrangler? Don't know. Jeeps are not very efficient anyway, so I wonder how the electric ones are. Yes, I'm Googling. Oh, you can get a Grand Cherokee. Yep. Don't know. Haven't seen them too much. But we'll see if anybody replies to the comments. As you know, I think I've talked about it. I like this Slate pickup truck that's supposed to come out next year. It's a little electric truck that single cab, although it's convertible, where you can convert the back to have seats in it you can make an SUV out of it. It's supposed to come in under $20,000 with incentives, I guess. I don't know if they're going to do away with the government incentives before that time comes or not, but after incentives, it's supposed to be under $20,000. Just a little basic truck with manual windows. It has no instrument cluster. You actually hook your phone. It doesn't have a smart screen. You just put your phone in it, and that is your smart screen. So they're trying to make this bare bones basic truck. Everyone is going to come off the factory floor exactly the same, except you can have the one option of a bigger battery, but otherwise, no options. Like no radio, no special wheels. Like it's just everyone comes off the factory assembly line exactly the same, and then you can customize it afterwards. Like there's you can, and they're all the same color too. They're made of a composite or plastic body. They're all gray, and it's a blank slate. That's why it's called Slate. But every one of them is exactly the same color, and what they have are wraps, so you can wrap it in any color you want. I wondered how that works with the title though, because when the color of your vehicle is on your car title, at least it is here. And what happens if you get the gray slate and you put a blue wrap on it, or a black wrap, or whatever? I don't know how that works. Maybe it just stays with the base color. But anyway, they're trying to just do this massive volume of identical vehicles to keep the price down. And in my mind, it would replace the Ranger. It would, because we do a lot of just running around the Ranger, so it'd be great for that. But so I wrote to Slate, between you and me, don't tell anybody. I wrote to Slate and I said, hey, I'd love to feature the Slate truck on the channel. I think I'd like to show that to people. I think they'd like to see it. Because, us YouTubers are always looking to get sponsored. That's how we function here. Didn't expect to hear back from them. Part of me thought, well, they're coming off like a small business. But anyway, after several months, I did get an email from a guy who's in charge of social media saying we're not doing anything like that at this time. But he sent me a Slate T-shirt. He sent me a Slate tumbler, a hot cold cup. What do you call that thing? Anyway, sent me some Slate stickers. and I think something else. But that was fun. Got a free T-shirt out of it anyway. But I like the idea of it. Yeah, the Maverick. I like the Maverick too. The Slate truck will be like a Maverick. 20 more than the hype, like the Cybertruck too. Yeah, if I bought a vehicle today, I would probably buy a Maverick. Of course, my brother-in-law and sister, they had a Ford Maverick hybrid and had problems with it. And it went back to the dealer, I think, 3 times for the same problem. And Lemon Law says 3 strikes, you're out. And they were offered a full refund after a year for this Ford Maverick, and they accepted it. And they sent it back, got their money back, and can't blame them for that. I still like the trucks, and I think if I were to buy a Ford Maverick today, or if I bought one a year ago, I don't think I'd go with the hybrid. Anyway, I think I'd go with, I feel like I want all electric or all gas. Like, just give me a little engine. I think the Ford Maverick that's not hybrid comes with a turbo 4-cylinder engine. They don't do fully electric yet. Maybe they'll work on that. But anyway, I'm not into the hybrid thing. Like, just give me all electric or all gas. Also, I saw something that the Ford CEO announced that they're putting out now some kind of basic truck, and they're touting that to be under 30,000, whatever it was. And they said it's going to be fully equipped. It's going to power your house for 3 days. A lot of hype with that one. But I think they're going to work on bringing back the small truck, fully electric. But I'd like to see what that's all about. Power Guy, let me address that for a second, because Power Guy is saying that most channels that get sponsors wind up being like infomercial channels. I don't disagree, and I reject a lot of offers because I don't want to be promoting things that, unless I really believe in it. But I've taken on some sponsorships that nobody has paid me anything yet. By the way, I haven't gotten to that point where I'm promoting someone for money. In exchange for promoting the product, I've received the product. Artillion has been really good to the channel, and that's a fair trade because I'm getting their equipment, some of their equipment, but I'm also creating a video to promote their equipment, and they have sales based on that. My agreement with a company is always that I get full license to talk about this product, the good, the bad, the ugly. That's always been my agreement. And generally, I've taken on things that have worked out well anyway, that I believe in the product and I'm careful about what I accept. But I know what you mean. And I see some of these channels and I think, like that's a little, there's nothing wrong with it because TV shows also promote products and it's all about the business end of it. Like producing these videos might be fun, but it's also a business, and I get it. You got to pay the bills, and I don't know. Because I don't want to turn into that either. But I do want sponsors, and I do want to make a living. David W., my son got the Santa Cruz. That's what my sister has. My sister got the Santa Cruz. My brother-in-law got the Maverick, so they each had one of these little trucks. Her Santa Cruz, I think, has been flawless for years, and the Maverick had issues. So it's a shame. It's a shame, but yeah, the Santa Cruz has been great. Oh, Chris's son has a Maverick, gas Maverick, loves it. Yep, I like them. I would still like them. So Neil, hey Neil, how you doing, buddy? Neil says that they have a Volvo hybrid, and it's been great. Local trips, never burn any gas. Long trip, just switches to gas. Yep. And Volvo, I mean, Ford's good. all these companies are good, but some companies I think are just naturally better than others. And I think the American car companies, even though they've gotten better and better through the years, I feel like they're still trying to compete with, Japanese or German engineering. Um, I feel like we're always trying to catch up. Again, though, American cars are good now, not like the '80s when they were pretty garbage back then, for sure. But I don't know whether I would want what I would want. Right now, we'll stick with the $3,000 Ford Ranger, which, you know, it's a fun little truck and it works great. It's just a matter of how long can you count on it. So, but yeah, so those are my thoughts. They're kind of all over the place, but yeah, I don't even like regarding the sponsored videos. I did one actually sponsored video, and I was kind of excited about it, and it was for BetterHelp, which is a online therapy program. A therapist. And I thought, well, that's something I can get behind. Like, I think everybody, if they need to talk to somebody, I think that's great to have a therapist. So it was through some kind of agency, and I wasn't even sure it was legitimate, but it was. They gave me a script, and I didn't like that part because I thought, I don't want to read a script because I want to be natural. Um, but I was able to incorporate it into the video, and I think they paid me $180 or something like that, which wasn't bad. I thought that's fine. I still felt like I wasn't, even though I tailored it to be a message from me and I was sincere about it, I wasn't totally comfortable, and I don't like having to interject those. Now, again, I've got some products here that I've agreed to share with you and talk about, and I will do that. Baumolite is one of them. The Baumolite Mini Skid Steer. I love it. It's easy to talk about because it's a great little machine. Um, the Woodland Mills wood chipper. I already bought one years ago, and now Woodland Mills contacted me months ago and said, we'd like to partner with you. So yeah, that's a no-brainer because I already use the equipment. I already love the equipment. I already have shared shortcomings with the equipment, and they're okay with that. So, those are sponsored content because they provided the equipment for me to share with you. And it's not free equipment. It's an exchange of services for products, basically. They're getting promotion. I'm, if you paid somebody to make a video like the ones you see, Neil's a great example on here. Neil makes, I think, don't blush now, Neil, but Neil makes network quality documentary style videos. I don't know how you do it, Neil. I don't know how you have the time to do it, but Neil does editing, drone shots, voiceovers, multi-day shoots, maybe multi-week shoots, puts it all together into a video that is extremely enjoyable to watch, and he's being rewarded for that with high view counts, but working for it. But one of Neil's videos, for example, if you called a video company and said, I want to make this video, and it's going to be so many days recording, it would be, one of those videos would cost you $10,000, $20,000 to have produced. So that's why television's expensive. Why am I saying that? Oh, I'm saying that because when a content creator takes on a product, don't think, oh, they're so lucky they got, a free wood chipper. Well, no, they're exchanging the value of that wood chipper for the value of the content that they create. So it's an exchange. But that's just how it is. Yeah, Neil. See, we recognize, Neil, how much work you do. So keep up the good work. And it's bizarre. The funny thing about YouTube, and I'll go off on this tangent just for a moment before we wrap up. But it's funny that any of us who create videos know that some videos you will spend hours and hours and hours making it just right, and you think this is a good video, this is a really good video, and it hardly gets any views. And then you'll make a video where you just kind of stand in front of the camera and talk for 5 minutes, and it'll get tens of thousands of views, and you just can't figure it out. It's just how it is, you know. But nobody's complaining here because we do this and we have fun with it. So speaking of getting free stuff, how about some free stickers? Everybody likes stickers, right? Well, let's do that. Let's do the sticker thing. We'll start with this. Little background music. Okay. I know for you guys who've been here forever, you know how this works. But just remember, there's somebody watching tonight who has never been on a live stream and they've never seen this before. So I have to go through how this works. So you're going to enter to win these stickers live tonight, right now. This is for the live stream only, not the playback. And the way this works, new viewer, is that I'm going to blast a word on the screen or a phrase. And you, in the live chat on YouTube or Facebook, you're going to type that word or phrase in the comments section exactly the way you see it. Could be uppercase, could be lowercase. It doesn't matter. But then we will randomly select a winner through this high-fangled machine here that'll just rotate around and randomly pick a winner. Oh, so we better put the word on the screen. Since I was using the Bombalight today and a brush mulcher, I thought today's word would be hashtag mulch, M-U-L-C-H. Again, could be uppercase, could be lowercase. It doesn't matter. Hashtag mulch. And as soon as the song wraps up, I'm going to hit that draw button. So you better be ready. You better enter it now. All right. Hashtag mulch. They're coming in now. Look at them all. Thomas, hashtag mulch. Neil. Christine. All right. Yeah, they're rolling in quickly. But you only, you have a good chance of winning. You have about 30 seconds left, though. I'll tell you that right now. Maybe less. But I try and hit this right when the song ends. Get ready. All right. We're going to crank this up. And we'll see who wins the sticker giveaway this evening. Almost had it on loop, and it would never stop. Randall Ward is the winner this evening. Congratulations, Randall Ward. Man, that's fun, isn't it? I love doing that. It's a good time. Congratulations, Randall. Do me a favor and send me an email so I can get these in the mail to you. And I will share that email address right now, Randall. Contact mcgtv@gmail.com and send me your name and mailing address. Anywhere in the world, I'll get these stickers to you. Congratulations, Randall. Okay. There we go. Now what? Any other questions? Final questions? Anything else to say? We talked about a lot of things tonight. Talked about a lot of nothings like the Seinfeld show. I mean, we just... a show about nothing for sure. But I talked about going out in the woods today. I talked about almost losing my camera. I talked about breaking my battery handle on my Pocket 3. I talked about uh, drones and DJI. And anyway, this, I don't know. Nobody said, should I send this back or not? Should I try it? I don't know. Yeah, a lot of questions on the video where I did the stump grinding for neighbor Tony. I did a little segment where I was putting fuel in the tractor, and of course the Kubota B2601 has the gas filler up on the hood, and 5 gallons of diesel is heavy, and those government gas cans are a pain in the neck because they just kind of first they spill out. They're not supposed to spill, and then they dribble out and take 2 years to fill your tank. And I know you can get an air vent from Amazon. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. You just drill it, put a little air vent, makes them drain much faster. But people have talked about getting a battery operated pump, which is good. I have thought, now here we go with sponsors again, but I saw that that Kyle and a few other guys have gotten these Vevor 50-gallon fuel tanks with the the gas pump type lever on top, and they're battery operated. And I have thought about getting one of those, but it's just one more thing that I need to park it somewhere. And I don't go through tons of diesel, although this summer we went through a lot more than usual because the Baumolite is a diesel, and that little bugger burns through some fuel because you're running it full RPM. It's working the whole time, and that thing, it holds like 10 gallons, and we've probably run 30 or 40 gallons through it this summer. It uses a lot of fuel because it's working so hard. It's like the same engine my tractor has in it, and the tractor does not burn much fuel. It sort of sips that fuel. It holds, I think, 5 or 7 gallons, and it's not bad. So anytime I think about getting some kind of fuel pump or fuel tank, I forget about it because I fill the tractor with fuel, and then I'm good for a week or two and maybe longer, and think, I don't need that. And then when I go to fill it, I think, I need to get one of those pumps because this is a pain in the neck. And you just kind of deal with it. But I might look into one of those things at some point, because it would be kind of nice to just pump it in there. Probably one of those things, once I have it, I'll really wonder how I did without it. So, all right. Looking for some other questions. How's Irma Linda? That's the sheep, the hair sheep. She's doing great, along with little Kermit, who's a year younger than her. Both were orphan lambs that we bottle fed and raised, and they're doing great. We still let them out to free range during the day when we're working on the property, and then when they start to get up near the house and start to eat things they shouldn't, like Ann's, what are they, like hydrangea? They like the butterfly bushes. We got to round them back, and you just put some grain in, they'll follow you anywhere. They'd follow you off a cliff for a bucket of grain. So they're doing great, though. I mean, they're low maintenance. I love that they're hair sheep and not wool sheep because we don't have to shear them. Sheep are docile, in the biblical sense. They are followers, and they're very docile, and they're kind of sweet. Kermit can be kind of a pain because he's a little pushy sometimes, but Irma, she's just really a sweet little lamb. I like her a lot. She has like a nice disposition, certain personality. So, people are joking about what's going on here. Oh, Dan the Dad. All right, good to see you. Yeah, entering a little bit late, right? Yep. So, well, look, here we are, Monday night, starting the week out together. We're going to wrap things up now because I don't want to keep you longer than we have to. And I also want to go find some dinner, I think, too. Yeah. So this is fun. Next week, hit or miss, whether I'll be here. Forgive me if I'm not, but I'm going to try to be here. Think about some guests that you'd like to see on the program and let me know. You can email me. You can make a comment, and I'll work on that because I do like having somebody to talk to instead of just me. I feel like you'd like to hear more than just me rambling about my latest marketplace find. But I wanted to talk about that more and didn't get a chance to. I wanted to find out from you what great marketplace finds you have gotten. It's just like a fun thing. When I was young, I just said I was going to wrap up, but here I go again. When I was young and we used to get the physical newspaper, I didn't read the news this is like when I was 18 or so. I didn't care about the news. I didn't care about anything back then. I would just open up to the classified section and I would look down through, cars and trucks and off-road things, whatever I could find, which was very limited. We have a very small county here, and the phone book, when we used to have a phone book, was only about a 3/4 of an inch thick. And I'd go to other counties and their phone book was like 3 inches thick. It's like, that's amazing because we have this little tiny phone book. So the newspaper was the same way. Not much in the classified section, but that was my go-to, looking through the classifieds every day, and that was fun. So marketplace to me is like the classifieds. It's different than Craigslist. I don't use Craigslist anymore. That used to be a thing, but I feel like it's not really a thing anymore. Marketplace has taken over as the classified section. eBay too was big for a while, but I don't look at that too much anymore because eBay, whenever I look for something, everything comes up that's new. I used to like eBay when it was like people's junk that was for sale, but now it's companies selling new products all the time, and it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for good junk, good deals on junk. Anyway, marketplace is fun. It's weird. It's frustrating because people don't respond. In fact, this four-wheeler, I thought it was a scam because I didn't hear back from them for so long, but it turned out that the wife posted it for the husband who doesn't do social media, so I had to go through her, and it was weird, but it was legitimate. It was legitimate, and it was actually a retired police officer. So I said, so it's not stolen, right? And he said, no. He said, I actually ran the numbers when I bought it. So that was kind of fun to know. But anyway, listen, have a great week. I do appreciate being here. I appreciate watching all the videos, and I will have another one coming out shortly. It's great fun, and the interaction is great. I do appreciate that as well. So you have a great week. Well, with any luck, I'll see you next week. If not, probably not the following week. I don't know. We'll see how long this goes. I'll see you in the comments of the videos because they'll still be coming out. So thanks a bunch. As always, I look forward to seeing you next time.